What's going on? We are live. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to episode 2. Hopefully everything is working out all right. We'll wait for a few people to pop on board. We got a pretty cool show for you guys tonight. Even took some notes. So we're going to start off with some RC news. We are going to do the news. My mic came in and it wasn't the one I needed. So I apologize for the sound. Hopefully everything's all good. Check out the comments here. Oh, thanks, Dennis. All good. All right, so now that I got my first couple people jumping on board, we will get right into it. So last night was Cedar Creek's race, and the cool thing is they have a new website now. So we're going to show that off a little bit. But first, we need to get into the results. So I think this is it right here. You got the Cedar Creek Formula 1 A main. And the cool thing about that is hopefully you guys can read it. So Formula 1, you had Terry in the number 1 spot. Super cool there. Making his return to the A main touring car, Andy Veeder. USGT top dog Kevin Morin. And then 17.5 David Dees putting it down. Actually, some pretty fast laps there. Also, I can just do this now. And boom. This is their new web page. Check that out. It's got all the graphics, all their past results. And hopefully you guys aren't getting this echo. Oh, Jonathan, no cup today. We're going hardcore. Cheers. All right. So let me bring up something else here. So sticking with some local RC news, we have the Outlaw RC Motorsports. So at RC, we had a couple mains here. USGT A main is Mike Birch. World GT R A main had Mike. Touring Car Open Mod. Actually, I checked out these results, and look who's the top dog. Douglas Schufeld. But heard he had a good battle with the Prodigy, so we'll get to that a little bit later. GT2 A main. Just have to point this out. 98.9% consistent. It's amazing. All right, one more thing. Touring Car Superstock. You got Mike again and the Prodigy. 12 Superstock. You got Shane Church, JB. And Formula 1 A main. You got the Prodigy again and Wilson. So looked like they had some good racing at Outlaw. So the only other thing I have for race results is Masters of the Dirt. Right now, that seems to be the biggest one. Let me just pull that up on stream. There we go. All right, so Masters of the Dirt. What's that, Beach RC? Definitely on my bucket list. So you got TQ right now is Aiden Horn, Dustin Evans, Spencer Rifkin, Ryan Cav, Dakota Fenn, Anthony Kaufman, Austin Wick, Tyler Jones, Charlie, and Julian. Wow. Charlie making the show. So that's two-wheel drive mod. Four-wheel drive, you got Dustin Evans in the top spot. Dakota Fenn number 2. Ryan Cavalieri. Aiden Horn. Kaufman again. Tyler Jones. Rifkin. Ron Duvall. Charlie Motorama. Actually, I'm saying his name wrong, and we always called him Chuckles. Julian. There you go, babe. But yeah, that is the RC news, and we'll be kind of checking in on that for sure. All right. So the next thing we have to talk about is obviously the logo. We got to change it up. We got to show you some cool stuff. We got to do some branding. So without further ado, you got the standard logo. Oh, sorry. I'm on the wrong side here. You got the standard logo, S-Works, of course. And then I'm going to drop the new Canadian one. How's that? So we now have our very own S-Works Canada. Loving it. So happy that we got them in. Soon we'll have the shirts and all that stuff. I was hoping to have it for today, but oh well. We'll have it sooner than later. But yeah, super stoked about the graphics there. The video or the countdown was Jeff Joyce hooking it up. If anybody wants some logos on there or anything like that, you got to make sure you let me know, and we'll hook that up for sure. So sliding into the S-Works Canada stuff, as you guys know, I'm trying to look at the camera more. I'm trying to be like read a report. But we have our first retail store, which is Summit RC in Sean Wang. I got to thank him big time, taking a chance with this, helping it grow with me. And I just want to thank everybody else for reaching out and kind of saying how cool it is and all the positive feedback. It's been great. I'm super excited. We're going to have them in store soon, or on the bench anyways. And as soon as we can start making some videos and kind of messing around with it, it's going to be great. Yeah, the carpet gnats are going on too, Rob. It's so weird. I'm actually hearing an echo, and it's driving me bonkers. Sean for president. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep a little bit of a flow for this. Of course, we have our communication headset giveaway, and that's going to be epic. I'm going to turn this down because there, now I feel a little bit more natural. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Thank God there's no echo because, man, it's driving me bonkers. It's like I'm almost pausing to wait for myself to catch up. We'll make sure that once I get the proper mic, I'm going to get the USB enabled one, and I'm going to have the boom and the stand and get rid of all the background noise and stuff like that. So it will continue to get a little bit better. Also, I'm trying to get the cameras in a little bit of a better position. We have the camera set up fairly decent right now. So these are the two cameras that I have. Of course, this one is the mobile cam. So when we're actually working on stuff on the bench, you guys can get up close and personal with that. So I'm super excited to finally start dialing in this place again. It's definitely getting to where I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable with the software. There's a few things that I don't know how to do 100%, but in time, I will have this stuff dialed in. I know how to get all my special guests on and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. And I think that we're going to enjoy this new software growing together. I have to thank everybody that bought a ticket for the communication giveaways. I'm super stoked that we can do that. We also just posted another giveaway on the Ross Racing page. It is to support Dork. So if you want to check it out, it is on there. If it sells out before the end of our show, we might have 2 spins tonight. So when you get your S-Works kits in, you should do a build video. Frank, I am going to do the best build video. I got a guy that has a knack for filming videos on how to do all the special effects and stuff like that. So I know we're going to have the best S-Works build video on YouTube. Currently right now, I tried searching up S-Works to see some builds and kind of check it out. And I don't speak those languages, so I can't wait to drop our exclusive content. Obviously, it's going to be in English. Well, at least as good at English as I can speak, but it's going to be pretty cool. But I definitely think that is a great idea. So a couple other things that I want to touch on is we are going to have a segment specifically with Douglas Schufeld. Douglas Schufeld is obviously one of the up-and-coming fast kids in our local racing scene. He is going to come on board and basically do the Canadian Speed segment. I can't say enough good things about this kid. We got to kind of come up with a name that is a little bit better than the Canadian Speed segment, but we're going to use that for now. Hopefully we can maybe have a little game with it, or if anybody can comment one, maybe we can try and use it. Nice. Good to know. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting my hands on these kits for sure. But with Douglas, we are going to have like an intro video for him and stuff like that. We're going to have some pretty cool content to show off for him. I know my guy's working on it right now. And I know Douglas just got back from racing earlier today. I'm pretty sure he's done eating dinner, so we'll just check up on him, and I think I should be, if he can give me a thumbs up, maybe I can bring him on. All right, I think he's ready. So we're going to add Douglas Schufeld to the stream.
Hey.
Douglas, what's up, bud?
Not much. How about you?
All right. We got Douglas Schufeld in the house. So, as you know, we're going to try and have you on to stump you. We're going to try and get a whole bunch of people on board asking some questions. And I think to get the ball rolling, I think we should start off super simple, start off with the basics and stuff like that, and just kind of introduce yourself. But today, it's just going to be a fun day. We'll talk about your race first if you want to jump into that and introduce yourself to the crew.
Sure. So my name is Douglas Schufeld. At the moment, I race for Technor C, Summoner C, Hard Hobbies, Clan, Alpha VP Pro, T-Works, JNT Bearings, Bleth Design, and Stag CNC. Today, during the off-season, I usually race on-road, so we went to one of my local tracks, RRRC, for a local carb race, which, as Adam put in the news, that I was able to win my mod, and I got 4th in 12 scale, which is okay. Had hopefully some better results next week, but no, it's a good time in that race for sure. Always good competition and close racing for sure.
I got the results right here. So this was the open right here.
Yeah, so this was the mod race we had, which was actually kind of funny because Wilson, who's also the race director there, just because there's only us two in the main, he ended up putting it on some Sorex 28s or whatever on-road tires, just to have some fun. So it was a super fun race we had for sure. But usually with Mark Frichette's son, which Mark Frichette is the guy who runs the track, we usually have some really close battles in qualifying. So it sucked that he had to go for the mains, but it happens. But no, it was really fun.
Yeah, no, I was looking at your consistency as well, and I know you said it's a little bit easier in 12 scale, but 98.2% consistency? Jeez. I'd have to do one lap and just do it super slow and maybe get that consistency, but it'd be slow but good consistency. Looking at your laps, though, your average was a 15.6. Fast lap was a 15.3. So your average was probably 4 seconds faster than my fast lap. It's insane.
It's much different because the layout changes pretty frequently, but no, it's always fun there. The track layout right now is flows a lot, which is really good.
That's
But
funny. Matt saying you're the slow guy.
yeah.
But so what we would like to do is kind of pick your brain in this segment. So if anybody has any ideas for what we can actually call it, I came up with the Canadian Speed segment because we can't use the Invisible Speed segment. It's copywritten by this guy. But he has been going to the course online. I've seen a couple of his notes, and it seems like it's sinking in, right?
Yeah, it's a very in-depth course about advanced stuff, basic stuff, stuff that you might not know, little tips and tricks here and there, and honestly, everything in between. So it's really awesome.
Nice. And now, do you feel it would help out the majority of the people at O Town?
100%. It would help everybody at O-Town. Doesn't matter if you're winning, or doesn't matter if you're whatever main you're in. It would help everybody just because he goes through the basics of what you should be running and basics of like other things, and then he goes into more advanced stuff, maybe some advanced things you haven't tried yet on your car or maybe should try. So it would help everyone who races, if you're at the pro level or if you're just getting started.
And see, that's awesome because we need to level everybody up, including myself. I would love to get a few tips. But once we get this established, I'm going to have like some segment cuts and stuff like that. We're going to have Jeff make up videos that are kind of going to break it into segments. And basically, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and keep the structure. So, the first thing I always want to start is with the RC news, kind of promote local first. We had a couple pro events, so obviously I wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do the giveaway a little bit later. We're going to have your segment kind of mixed in between, and then we're going to finish it off with like kind of like last thoughts or whatever, or just like the babble hour. I don't know. I could just talk about nothing forever, so we'll have to figure the last part out.
Yeah, that's awesome actually. It's awesome to cover everything local because a lot of times you don't get as much publicity from local tracks that they probably should. But yeah, that's awesome.
Well, basically what I want to do is I want to try and get a group of guys that can help get this to the next level. The one thing that I noticed is that the links that get posted on, let's say, the No Name RC podcast, it's all about the pros, which is obviously important because that's going to get your clicks. But I think that there's a huge segment missing and there's nothing Canada related. So I would like to try and bump that up as best I can and kind of showcase that as best we can. RC Kevin does a fantastic job, but I can't understand the French. So
Yeah.
when I tune in, he tries to throw in some English for me, but it's really hard to understand his podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like it's awesome, especially because down in the U.S. There's not as many Canadians as sure we'd like to see, but it's if we do get Canadians on there, it's really nice to get them publicity because they probably don't get as much as they probably should deserve or get. So yeah.
Yeah, and the focus of this show is going to be the Canadian content, and all these improvements that I'm doing is to ensure that we have mobile content.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking forward to be able to go on the road and actually have a better setup so we can zoom in and do the better graphics and videos. And the cool thing that I saw was Net Cruiser. I'm sorry, I forget his real name. Jordan Mills? No, his buddy there. Jeez. But Net Cruiser from YouTube, he did awesome posts, great videos. He has one of the best videos I've seen of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
I'm
saw that
trying to
was an
think of
awesome
his real
video.
name.
I can't remember.
Jeez, me neither. I'm having a complete brain fart.
I just know him off
But
his YouTube channel.
John Kennedy, thank you, Matt. Yeah, you're on the ball there. And all two of them got it, or like just like that. There we go. John Kennedy, thank you. Oh, everybody's jumping on, getting some plugs. But yeah, John Kennedy with Net Cruiser, he definitely had some of the ideas that I wanted to incorporate into this once we go mobile.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll be able to showcase the A main and be able to kind of go through the pits. Some of the cool features of the new camera that I have is a studio mode. So as I'm actually talking to people in the pits, I can be looking at them, but it'll show me in the film with them while I'm doing it live. So it should be a pretty cool option, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Kind of getting some, some actions out in the pits, because I think that's one of the big things missing, because there's a lot of characters in the pits and nobody gets any time in the pits. That one video I did of you and your dad rebuilding my motor at Quebec, oh my God, that was so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just little things like that. We got to expose the stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what do you think would be a good thing to start on for next week if we're going to post it and just have, question, a Q&A?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Make a post and just put like something like put down any questions you have, and then like we can answer them to the best of our knowledge or something like that. Just whatever questions that they have, let them ask, because I think to like corner them or like make them so that they're very direct is hard, because it's like some person might be super confused. Like maybe just I'll put it super simple. Someone might be confused on how much camber I should run, or the other person can be like, well, something more advanced like how much anti-squat should I run in the rear of my car, or something really advanced like is my motor dirty inside, or something really advanced. So it's very different for most people. So I think it just make it general, let everybody ask what they want, and then go through them, kind of thing.
I think that's a great idea. So you heard it here, boys and girls. We're going to actually open it up, and I'll post up a link for Douglas, and it'll be kind of like a stump Schufeld or something, and see if we can get him so he has to look something up. But I think the Q&A with a Canadian expert like this helping us out is going to be pretty epic. And I know that a lot of people might not even know what kick up is and what the anti-squat is. I know it took me forever to learn actually what it was, and I had to go through and apply it before I actually knew what it meant. And I think that it will help benefit everybody if they understand even the terminology that you're using.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of terms too, like there's a lot of, it's hard to say because a lot of people are just like, there's a lot of slang terms. Like some people consider like anti-squat like, oh, they just consider them pills. They're not really pills, because pills is so general. It's not a whole, like, it's very general. So like there's a lot of slang terms that are put out there, but a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. And other things like people are like, or I just right head. Well, do you just right head in the front or the rear? So they're very general terms. Where I feel like it should just be, you should learn the proper terms, because one, that's what someone on a setup sheet's going to tell you. Oh, this is exactly what my kick up is, or this is what my toe is, or this is what my anti-squat is, or whatever it is. They're going to use the proper terms. They're not going to use a slang where, well, this is my right head, or this is what my pill setup is, or something like that. And it's always best to learn those terms, because when you get better and progress, those are the terms you're going to end up starting using again, that you're going to be using. You won't be using the general aspect of it.
And there's your first tip right there, honestly. So when you're asking your question, try and be as specific as you can.
Yeah.
It'll help out with the answer for sure. It'll probably get you a little bit more detailed on kind of what you're looking for. The more specific you can be, the better he can answer it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cool. So what we're gonna do is we are. Oh, hold on. We got a big question here. I don't even know if I can show it. Did it show up? Let's see here. Hey Douglas, what has been your favorite class to wheel around over your RC career so far? And do you like racing on carpet or racing on dirt better? And what's like better, on road or off road?
So the way I'm gonna put this is my favorite class to wheel overall. I'm kind of stumped between two. So my favorite two right now is nitro buggy and 10 scale two-wheel drive buggy are like my two favorite that I love to wheel. I can't really choose between them because they're very much two different classes, and that's what I love. Off-road to on-road, probably off-road, just because I do it more and I'm a little more experienced, but I do love the on-road aspect of it, just because it's a little more difficult for me. But what else to say? Carpet or dirt? I'm gonna say probably carpet, just because cleaning at times can be a real pain in the butt. But yeah, probably carpet. And also, my first 8 years of racing was strictly on carpet, so I'd probably say carpet.
So you started out on road, or
No, I started out off road at Hot Rod Hobbies, just on their 10 scale off road track, and that was carpet. So yeah.
wow? So you were running like the pin tires and all that stuff?
Yeah, Schumacher, mini pins, and split staggers. Yep.
Well, honestly, I thought when you said you started at Hot Rods, I just assumed it was like on road, like touring cars and stuff like that.
No.
Wow. So they actually had a jump track in there.
Mhm.
That's awesome. I didn't even realize. Now, what do they have currently? Are they done?
So they just have the hobby shop currently. They did at one point have their an off road track, which ended up closing. But right now they just have their hobby shop in Stony Creek, like downtown Stony Creek area.
Okay.
So yeah.
Crazy. Is there any plans for them to reopen?
Nothing so far is what they said. They just like in doing the hobby shop, especially because of COVID and everything. Yeah, but no, nothing so far.
Right. Now, Outlaw, they said, or you said that they practice pretty late there and stuff like that.
Yeah. So for Outlaw, it's Wednesday night practice from 5:30 to 11, and then Saturday usually the races finish between 4 to 5 p.m. and then they run practice pretty late. Usually they'll use they'll probably run practice from what I haven't been there that late, but like they say usually from like just after racing. So say race ends at 5 o'clock, they'll practice from like 5 to 10 or 5 to 11, and then they'll get out of there.
Wow.
But usually it's pretty late. I haven't been there that late. I think the latest I've been is like 9 or something like that. But they'll keep the track open for hours after the races because usually people do want to practice and get a couple other things changed and just get some more wheel time.
So it says Douglas is and was the carpet four-wheel drive SCT king.
I still have my trucks too that I used to race there too. Still have them.
Now you were running Durango at that time, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Honestly, still to this day, the best carpet truck ever. 100%. Dirt,
Nice.
maybe different,
There's a little
but
Durango
carpet
plug.
for sure.
Uh-oh. See what Dave Sylvia said?
Yeah. Man, this man's got to get his little man out racing. Never mind me getting bigger. Little man's got to get behind the wheel.
Yep, soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now that everybody kind of knows that we're going to have you on board with this communication speed segment, or Kat had a good idea for a name there. But like I said, if anybody has a cool name that we can get for this segment, I'd appreciate a little comment, link, anything. Just be creative, and you never know, you might get something. So I hear there may be another 10 scale off-road track this summer.
I'm not really sure.
Do tell.
I'm not really sure. restart Otterville or inside RC Steve Niagara. You're always on the top of the classes. You have some talent. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate that, man. Just keep it simple and just always do your best, I guess.
Well, that's one thing. You're like extremely humble right now, but truly you are the fastest locally for sure. And I love your attitude. I like that you do stay humble. But the thing that I enjoy about you the most is that you go around and you help everybody out. You're not one of those RC snobs where you just stick to yourself and stuff like that. You're pretty cool. Andrew comes around and hangs with you. You know, you get to hang out with all the younger kids and generations that are coming up. And there's a lot of fast kids like clipping at your heels too now. So it's going to be cool to see if those guys or kids can actually push you. I know that Andrew really wants to try and figure out a way to get, to your level, but I know you're trying to figure out to get to the next level.
Yeah. No, he's definitely coming on the up and up for sure. But honestly, he probably has a bigger advantage over all of us, as the track is literally 5 feet from his door.
If he wanted to, he could be next level.
100%.
He just has to want it.
Yeah.
But you can't force that on anybody. And honestly, he's doing it the right way because he's enjoying it. He's having fun with it, and you can't replace the fun factor because to me, that is the most important part.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You look like you're having a lot of fun in the number one spot all the time, so I'll try and figure out how that is one day. But all right, man, I'll stop bugging you for tonight, and I appreciate you jumping on with such short notice. And we will try and have your intro in. I forwarded all the information to Jeff, the graphic guy, and we will try and have something set up for you for the next show.
All right.
All right. You got anything else before I cut you off, or are you good?
Yeah. Just again want to thank all my sponsors: Techno Summit, RRRC, McLaren, Alpha, Pro, T-Works, GNT Bearings, Blitz Design, and Stags, CNC. Just for all the great support and what they do for me over my career in RC. And that before I want to go, just make sure when you have any questions, just shoot me a message, whatever. Rob, I'm not going to Phoenix tomorrow. No. Matt, possibly. Not really sure on that one right now. But yeah, no. If you have any questions, if you have any questions, just message me on Facebook. I'm always open to answer questions, no problem. And just thanks for having me on the show, Adam. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. You're the one with all the knowledge. I think that it's awesome that you're taking the time out to actually hang with the Canadians, because I think that this is going to be huge, and all we have to do is just keep pushing forward. Once we get it brushed up a little bit, look a little bit more professional, and I actually learn how to work the mic, we should be good. But thank you for coming on, and I will see you next time.
Yeah, see ya. Thank you.
All right. I think he would definitely want to go pro for sure. And you know what? Yeah, his big sponsor is definitely his dad. If it wasn't for his dad being involved as much as he is, it's so cool to see. It's one of the best parts for sure. No, Douglas is awesome for the hobby. It's super cool. All right, so we are winding down. We're getting closer to that giveaway. Dennis, if you're on here and you have all those sold, please comment so we can give yours away too. I only have a few more things down here. So the next thing, we've been discussing this a lot. And how do we get new people into the hobby? How do we get new people into racing? Getting them into the hobby is probably easy. Get them a tractor / 4x4, two-wheel drive, get them any of these bashers I have sitting over here. But how do we actually get them out to race? A lot of people have made some wonderful suggestions. We've had some great back and forth content about that. My idea is to copy Mike Boers. Mike Boers did an amazing thing, and I would love to see it replicated locally around one of the schools here. Let me just turn this down there. That's way better. So what Mike did was he actually created a class that was dedicated to building RC kits. Once they built these RC kits, not only did they build them from scratch, they were able to install the electronics, they were able to learn the ins and outs, they were able to mount and paint their bodies. Once they had everything done and all dialed in, they had mock-up races out in the parking lot, which I thought was so super cool, kind of getting used to it and everything like that, kind of going through and learning the controls. Once they learned all the controls and they were doing the pylons only, I think he added a few jumps. Once they got to that, they basically started to They basically started to bring them out to the track. We have a local track here too, so Spark would be our track of choice for that. But what I'm thinking of doing, I'm thinking of having 5 to 10 kids jump in on a session. Obviously, we would have to try and get our sponsors involved and stuff like that. We'd have to reach out and try and make sure that we can keep this as cost effective as possible. And what we would do is we would actually build the kits with these kids either 1 or 2 hours after school one night, or 1 hour each 2 nights, like whatever's easier and more consistent for the parents. And I believe that if we do it in a school locally here, that we would get a pretty decent intro into it. And I think that if we could have these built by the spring, we'd be able to have them come out and actually race them once we have the weather to do that again. It's just an idea. I hope that other people have similar ideas. I know Mike killed it. I followed the whole build on that, and it was an amazing thing to see. Can't be more impressed than the way that he carried the whole crew of kids and brought them out to Spark, and how they were able to race, interact, have so much fun. But most importantly, they learn so much, not only with the build, but with the electronics and with the controllers and different tires and stuff like that. The whole thing was just a super cool experience, and to be able to follow it on his Facebook page was next level. It was so cool to see. The last thing that I have is no, we already covered all that. So yeah, that is basically all the stuff that I had. Douglas, I think your school is a little too far, but I'm definitely thinking of doing it somewhere local here. I think it would be so super cool to be able to have something like that. And I just want to pay it back to the community that has been so helpful for myself. I think that having kids involved, even if you have 5 kids to 10 kids in this class, even if one gets into the hobby because of that, I think that's a win right there. And just being able to expose it to a different group of people that's not necessarily in the group. Johnny jumping on in. Hopefully he's home from work. But yeah, so we got about 20 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get ready to do this giveaway. I think a few people have been waiting for this. Let me see if I can bring it up without as much trouble as anything else. So I'm going to add this to the screen. Rob, hold on, I'm going to post that one. This is an awesome idea. The one class that I really thought would be able to get kids and people into it is the mini class. I remember going to Action Hobbies, Cedar Creek Raceway, racing the minis, and it was the most fun I ever had running on road. It was so much fun, a little banging and beating, and it was just a fun class to run in. But having a rental setup would definitely be a great way to introduce new people to it. Oh, yeah. So, see, I know there's so many people in this small community that would like to help see it grow and help, like, basically take it to the next level. And the way that we're going to do that is by exposing it to other people. Because right now we're basically just broadcasting it to people that are already passionate about RC. You guys are already into it, or else you wouldn't be watching right now. But the thing is, we want to make sure we grow it for the next generation. I want my kids to have people to race with that are their age. I want them to have their friends coming out saying, "Yeah, this is so super cool. How did I not know about this before?" That's the kind of crowd that I want to kind of get into, and I think it'll be super cool. But if Dennis, if you're on, if you could just message me to see if you are ready, we will try and do mine first. So James has a good suggestion here. We raced the TTO2s in Kingston, $150 a kit. Just add the battery, radio, and super close fun racing. See, something like that is definitely cool. Now, the TTO2s, I'm guessing that's the Tamiya class. I'm not sure what the O2 stands for. But yeah, anything like that is so super cool, super fun. And I know that is definitely affordable in my opinion. And I think that's kind of what we need in racing for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up. Oh, yeah. So this right here, I just want to make sure everybody can see. I copied all the names over. So we got everybody 1 to 60 all the way in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask you guys, should we shuffle it? Right now it's sorted 1 to 3. So I'm going to wait till we get a comment. Should we shuffle it or just leave it 1 to this and just...
No, they picked their numbers.
No, the numbers will stay the same. I'm just wondering if we should shuffle the board. That's all I'm wondering. But you like that logo in the center? Trying to make it look good? Oh, shuffle says we'll see if we get a few others that want to shuffle it. We don't want to jinx it, right? So we'll see, but we would want to give these things away. Me personally, I know me and my kids have definitely loved using these new communication devices. They are spectacular. It helped with our communication because the otter said so, eh? Uh-oh. We got 1 shuffle, 2 shuffle, 3 shuffle, a no shuffle. Uh-oh. We'll have to let it run for a second, see if there's some more no shuffles. But basically, my kids basically think that I'm yelling at them all the time, and I'm truly not. It's just when nitros are running and we got people basically on the track and you're trying to marshal for them and stuff like that, having the communication devices actually... The idea is to have our numbers together. Ooh. Good point, Rob. Good point. You know what? I think that might be the point to not shuffle. I think Rob's right. We are not going to shuffle. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We are not going to shuffle. But yeah, having the communication devices was definitely a plus because now I'm not yelling at them and I'm locked in. So when I'm out on the track actually trying to communicate to my kids, they understand when I'm saying, okay, just slow down in this corner, just easy on this jump. And you know what, when I'm actually marshaling them, I can communicate to them while I'm actually walking to get their car. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah. Dave, I leave for 2 minutes. I know. But this is thanks to Dave. I was able to find this wheel and stuff like that. He helped me do this back in the day. So let me just get into this. So we are not going to shuffle. Like I said, we got everybody 1 to 60. So we got Greg number 1, Ty number 60, and everybody in between. So I just want to wish everybody good luck. And we are going to spin the wheel. So 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, man. Ooh-wee. Arnaldo de Sousa with the win. Unbelievable. Congratulations, Arnaldo, man. Hopefully he's watching. And congratulations. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody that helped donate to this great cause. And congratulations to Arnaldo. You're going to love these communication devices. I know I did. But, man, that was super close, man. That was awesome. Let me just bring this up. So, yeah, that is pretty cool. Arnaldo with the win. So Arnaldo just reached out and messaged me. We are definitely going to have some fun with this in the future. I think it's a cool little way that I can raise a little bit of funds to pay for the mic. We're going to pay for the other camera, and we are going to try and make sure that we keep the software as current as we possibly can. I'm still kind of like flip-flopping between Streamlabs and StreamYard. Right now, we are on StreamYard. Hopefully, it'll get a little bit better when I have the mic, because that seems to be my biggest problem. The communication device is mediocre at best. I'm using a $39 mic camera. I'm using a better camera now finally, so hopefully it looks a little bit better, a little bit brighter in the studio. Hopefully we will have all of that set up in the next week. I should have my new shirt, should have my new banners. We got the stickers coming. We have the kits on the way. We are going to build up the infrastructure. We are so stoked about getting the product in the studio. I know I can't wait. I know it's going to be super cool, and it's going to be awesome. How do you guys feel about a 10 scale track in the Hamilton area? If it's indoor off-road, or what's a little bit more detail? Is it off-road outdoor? Because I know there's a lot of locals to the Hamilton area. I believe that you guys have the people there. Thanks, Sean. Definitely, I'm liking the stickers too, man. I think that the lady did a fantastic job. We got some more coming, and I definitely think they pop for sure. So Dave's saying outdoor off-road. Yes, I am definitely down for another outdoor off-road track. I do think that we need as many as we possibly could. Depending on your size, I would love to see it 8 scale friendly, because I believe that you can always run 8 scale and 10 scale, or at least have an 8 scale kind of crowd. It just depends on who you're looking to get out there. At the moment, I think that the Barnyard has the best 10 scale crew. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's should be tons of area, I would think. But I definitely think you should build it for 8 scale. Like I said, Barnyard has the best, 10, but friendly to 8 scale. Yeah, honestly, O-Town has like one of the most elevation changes track. Dork has the biggest track so far, and that one's definitely an 8 scale track. Looking forward to going back there. But yeah, I think that your area is pretty cool for stuff like that. If you build it, they should come. We'll definitely help blow it up once you come up with the name and stuff like that. But definitely very cool for that, for sure. But I am going to cut you guys out. Barnyard, I'm hoping to revisit there this year. Yeah, no, Dave, Barnyard is definitely awesome. I am definitely looking forward to going back there again next year. So once everybody posts up their dates, I know that O-Town has their tentative dates up. Dork has their tentative dates out. I know I got an inside line on the Spark dates, and then the Barnyard, and then line 29. So those are the 5 local tracks that we're definitely going to try and support this year. And we're looking forward to the 2022 season. Obviously, with the new S-Works deal, it's going to be epic. That's got my juices flowing again. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how these perform, how they make me better as a driver. I know my confidence level is going to be up coming off of a high in 2021, but definitely looking forward to the new year. With that being said, I'm going to end the broadcast on a good note, and hopefully we will see you guys again next weekend.